I finally found people who were able to tell me where he was last seen. They recognized the man, and I am about to finally meet him for the first time in my life. I still cannot believe you left us. I know you are at a better place now, but still, remembering tear-filled eyes in your last moments, your cries of agony, your begging for him to return. No matter what anyone says, family, friends, priest or whoever, there is no way for me to believe that you are at peace just yet. Although I was never able to meet him, with everyone refusing to acknowledge his existence and pretending he was never a part of this family, the reassurance of how important he is to you drives me to find him. I am doing this for you. Yet, there is no way in denying this sinister atmosphere around here. It is not located on any map, and people told me to stay away. Nobody ever goes there, they say. It is evil. No matter what my reason is, I should just turn around and leave. But you know I can't. I must find him now or never. And once I find him, if I find him, I will tell him about you. It is our promise, and I don't plan on breaking it. In the course of this journey, I always remember what you told me as a child, that the love of God will enfold us during our most difficult times of need. Mama, I hope you are with me. Is this a photograph? I've seen this place before.
Who would have thought that I, of all people, would spend his days crafting dolls? I haven't even done this for my own children. Oh no. I'm doing this for a better, a greater purpose. Only God knows what would happen if I stopped. The island only offers so much, with its mosquito-filled wet air and the mushy grounds, full of leeches and maggots. its muddy and dark waters, almost feels dead with its lack of movement. Barely any fish remain. After all this time, I shouldn't be amazed by how many limbs are to find here instead. Arms, legs, heads, all covered in filth and algae, always in need of cleaning before putting them together for a new host. They are alive. They become alive once I hang them up. I feel them watching me during my work, while I eat or sleep, every day of my life, even if I completely dedicated myself for that matter. And they won't stop. This will become a never-ending process. This is the penance for my sins. And I, at no time, will be able to forgive myself for my failure. The creation of new hosts will become my purpose.
Isn't there something missing here? Isn't there something missing here?
I recently found some old seeds in one of the broken sheds, and they actually come to grow, even though I doubted it in the very beginning. To get rid of the bloody crows, little greedy monsters, I built a scarecrow. It is nice to have some kind of company now and then. I called him Hawke. My precious vegetables were of good use in the beginning. Not only to serve me as meal, but to sell them in surrounding villages in return for additional doll parts. After people found out why I desire dolls over worldly possessions, they stopped buying. They claimed me a madman, that I would make up stories to get attention, calling me pitiful. Those cursed heretics. They can go to hell with their ideals and prejudices. Finally, I returned with no one being interested in my food ever again to my lonely little island, digging in mud to find limbs and new parts. Not that there was any other possibility. I have my purpose here. Sometimes I'm looking up at my scarecrow and pretend it is a human being, a dear friend. Just with the difference that he is actually better than anyone I've ever met. He does not expect anything from me or judge me for who I am. He does not force me to be anyone but me. We would talk about work and family, about buying groceries and cleaning the garden, about the wives who keep spending money for nonsense, the loud children that fill our days with joy, just everyday life. I can't wait for Jorge to reply one day and tell me his own stories.
Isn't there something missing here?
A normal day, quiet and uneventful, got interrupted when suddenly I discovered a sound that was unusual for this island, almost disturbing, something that made me feel really uncomfortable. It was a child's laugh. In the beginning I thought I was dreaming. The next place was miles away, and you can only come by boat. Yet, there I was staring at a ghostly little girl playing with a doll right by the river. She was around 8, maybe 10 years old. Hazel hair braided together in her neck. A white dress, dirty from messing around on the ground. I tried to call out for her, asking what she was doing and how she got there in the first place. But instead of turning around and staring at me with huge, childish, maybe scared eyes, like I expected her to, I heard a loud, painful splash. Next thing I remember is hovering over the water, trying to find the little body within my poor vision, forced to listen for her cries for help, while her lungs were slowly filled with water. I heard her crying everywhere, like she was surrounding me from all sides. It made me feel like I'm suffocating. I bent over forwards in hope to be able to see more when I spotted something moving. I was trying to grab it, thinking it might be her arm, but instead I felt myself being pulled down into the water myself. By shock, I pulled back. That was where the cries ended. The air was filled with nothing but my heavy breathing. The water was calming itself, as if it swallowed its victim and is now ready to digest its prey. Silence slowly embraced the place again, and the world pretended like nothing happened, and nobody was here in the first place. Yet, the island showed me and proved she was real. It took her and gave me her soul in return, trapped in the doll she was playing with earlier, soaked, filthy, and torn. I was to take care of her now. Fear not, child, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Dear child, forgive me. I tried to save you. I really did. I failed miserably, and I will never forgive myself for that. I just wanted to help, to offer guardians for your little lost soul, and protect it from everything evil in the world. When I first saw you and listened to your soft and bright giggles, your voice warmed my heart, and I was able to remember my own children. Thank you. It made me collect all of my remaining memories. Everything that once was. A long forgotten life. A man I have been so many years ago. A family I once treasured. As this life is gone, and as I let go of it, we all have a time to search, and a time to give up, a time to keep, and a time to throw away everything we love. It is time for you to let go of this world. Don't be scared, my innocent child. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ. And your dust may return to the earth as it was, and your spirit returns to the Lord who gave it, as I will guide and protect you, for I am living here until the day I die.
Yet you never let go, didn't you, Father? I might need to find something to force this open. Just some crows.
One time, I twisted my hand and I was forced to stop working for a day. I think it might have troubled her soul. She was agitated, and I was there to feel her wrath. At night, I could hear her tormented screams, shouting for help, for redemption. As tiny footsteps are approaching my home, slowly coming closer, step by step. The island aches. I could hear the wind slamming against the door, almost like heavy knocking. Groaning sounds of breaking branches and falling twigs smacking across the window, scratching its surface like long, sharp fingernails. The door was being slammed, trees breaking and falling, crying from the impact with the ground. She was coming closer. She was shouting, cursing me, blaming me for her pain. I couldn't stand it anymore. My head was exploding. This needed to stop. I jumped off my bed, ran to the door and flung it open with one heavy movement. But there was nobody there. Ever since then, I am asking myself if I will ever be able to sleep again. I am terrified of eating and taking a break, stopping in my movement, fearing what she would do once I am unable to work anymore. It has gotten so much worse over the past 45 years. And I'm getting older by the day, weaker. My hands are sore, my legs ache with every movement. I am restless. Life is becoming a pain, and my headache is slowly killing me. I don't know how long I can keep up with this anymore. I'm exhausted. I can't leave her here alone. I have to take her with me. I don't know if this life was worth it. Did I do the right thing? Is this really what the Lord wanted me to do? Did He abandon me on the way? Was He ever with me in the first place? Did He listen to my prayers? And everyone who lives and believes in me shall never die. But did He protect me and hold His hands over me even once? Because I know I'm dying. Or was I fooled by a spirit of a dead girl? Have I been driven into insanity by a trick? So many questions, so little answers. No matter what, I will take you with me, evil spirit. Let's have our final rest together. If there is one thing that I regret in my life, it is to never see my beloved wife, my family, I wonder how they are doing. They have probably forgotten about me by now. I feel myself getting weaker by the minute. I feel my body slowly fading. Should I start praying? Or does it even matter? I know God doesn't hear dead men, but I expect He answers them.